Hi, teacher. Good evening.
Hello,
How
good
are
evening.
you?
How are you? I'm very well, and you?
Sorry that I couldn't get connected yesterday, but I was sick. I have stomach ache and yeah, I was really, really bad.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry to hear that. But you feel better today?
yeah, I'm better today.
Perfect.
Uh, in fact, a girl, I don't remember the name, but today we got a call to to bring como dar seguimiento,
To follow.
to follow why I didn't get uh, online yesterday, but I tried to explain this girl that I was sick. So I came home and I just went to bed and fall asleep. So that was because I don't even get connected yesterday. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I totally understand. I know that sometimes that happens, right? So, my recommendation for you in the future is if you're really sick or something's going on, if you can connect, just type on the chat that you are not able to participate. But at least in that way, you are going to count on the minutes. So you're going to avoid they to call you, right?
Okay.
But
Okay,
anyways,
thank you.
I'm very happy that now you are feeling better. And yeah, everybody, we need to be careful. I heard that that is something that is happening, that uh, is like moving around that one. People, some friends at my work and some other people, they got sick from the stomach. So we need to be careful on that one. Something's going on.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, many things are happening. I was reading also. Have you ever seen or played that video game, The Last of Us, or seen the TV show?
No, not play the game, but the TV show, I just watched the first episode, and it was good. Um, there is something bad that is making that people get sick. Yeah,
That's why I was going to tell you that in the TV show it's like a fungus, you know.
yeah, a fungus.
And then I mean that is across the planet and everybody. I mean, and I was reading yesterday that in the U.S. they found a fungus that is out of control, that they cannot get people to get cured on that one, that is resistant to all the medicine. And I was thinking, my goodness, this is coming
Yeah,
for us. I don't know what's going on.
we are not so far from the reality on the TV show.
I mean, in mine, if I will tell you that one, I mean, that might happen. You will say, no, that is not going to happen. But no, so we need to be careful. I mean, if you,
Yeah.
that's what I read the news because sometimes there you can find some pieces of information that are values for you to take decisions in the future, right? So I guess it's not a good idea to go to the pools these holidays because I mean there you can find lots of things like that one, so it's not good. Perfect. So everybody, welcome to the class. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. It's a special night because you have a homework. Well, you have two homeworks. The first one is for you to present two or three words, new words. So explain what they are, what is the meaning, and some examples. And the second one is that you are going to introduce or pitch an idea, right? An idea, so as an entrepreneurship, so something like that. Of course, we're going to do that one later on. By now, we're going to start by checking about the platform. So this is the platform, and you can see there that is the last one of this week. And this one is the homework, okay? You just need to click what will be the best option for that one. Only 5 questions, and that's it. Please, please, please remember to finish that today. Tomorrow, I will be sending the grades to INSAFORP. So if you haven't done something or it's incomplete, then the grade is going to be not completed. So it's very important for you to finish that one so I can send that. Okay. Do you have any questions by now?
No, teacher.
All right. So now, as usual, we're going to check the attendance. Okay. So Ana Claudia González Velázquez.
Present, teacher.
Good. David Samuel Galdames Monterrosa.
Present, teacher.
Good. Dora Elizabeth Flores Méndez.
Present.
Good. Fernando Ernesto Cosme Morales.
Present.
Good. Fernando Marvin González Martínez. Francisco Eduardo Figueroa Mejía. Iliana Giselle Cañas Escobar. Jarvin Isaac Guevara Miranda. José Marcos Rodríguez Ayala.
Present.
Good. José Osmin Rivas Navas. José Wilfredo Ayala Sorto. Juan Miguel Bran Mejía.
Here, teacher, thank you.
Good. Luis Albert Steve Bonilla Canales.
Present, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. Roxana Yvette Asensio de Mejía. William Alexander Ramírez Flores.
Present.
Good. Wendy Patricia Molina Duarte. Okay, so we're gonna start. Let's check. Yeah, nobody else has come. So, yeah, Fernando Ernesto, right? You're here. Oh, I got you. Okay, very well. Perfect. So let's see. We're going to start with a little video. As usual, we're going to check the video and then you are going to tell what is interesting, vocabulary you might find interesting, comment about the video, okay? So let me just check here. All right, here we go.
Hello, and welcome to our postgraduate diploma in entrepreneurship series of online information sessions. I'm Bonnie Soanes, and I'm joined today by Dr. Effie Peetster. Welcome. Effie, we're looking at your enterprise project on the postgraduate diploma in entrepreneurship. What is the enterprise project?
Okay, so simply put, the enterprise project is an entrepreneurial project or venture that you bring with you to the diploma. Now, it must be something that you're really passionate, and it must be something that you want to see coming into fruition. Now, we take a broad perspective on this, and we have some people joining us with something that is a little more than an idea, so they've done a little bit of background work into that, and we have people joining us with fully operational projects. The majority of the students who do join us at the end of the day do fall in between these two categories, and the enterprise project acts as a rock, as a lot of the learning and the assessment in the program takes place around it.
So it's a rock continuing their project, whether or not that project changes en route.
That is absolutely fine, and in fact, if students realize that this project doesn't really work for them, then it's great. They haven't wasted their time or their resources pursuing further something that wouldn't work. So we do provide support to the students, both the project supervisors and the mentors, if they realize that they need to change their project. And this is something that happens very often. I would say that around 30 or 40% of our students change at least once their project throughout their studies.
So how is the program designed to develop the enterprise project through the course of the year?
So the design of the program takes a process approach, and we follow closely the entrepreneurship journey. So we look into the entrepreneurial intent and the grains of the idea, and then moving towards assessing that idea, seeing whether it actually constitutes an opportunity. Then taking that information that students have gathered in terms of the market research and putting it together to create a robust business case, and then on the basis of that, implementing and managing the early enterprise. So we provide the students with a framework for taking an idea from design to implementation.
So it's the whole gamut, really, of the project and idea?
Pretty much.
From beginning to end?
Exactly.
So how do mentors and project supervisors assist?
So project supervisors and mentors complement each other and work with the students to help them translate the academic learning that they do on the program into practical insights, and using all that knowledge to drive their enterprise project forwards. Now, the project supervisors in particular help students with the assessed pieces of work that they need to complete, and they also provide feedback and marks to the students.
So is it the marks or the ideas that matter most and motivate?
It's definitely the ideas. The students who join us are really passionate about pushing an idea that they have forwards, so this is their primary concern rather than the marks.
And so what makes a good enterprise project? If candidates have a number of ideas, how do they choose which one to work with? It must be very buzzy.
It is, and actually this is a very fundamental question. Now, if you find yourself looking into the application form for the postgraduate diploma and you find that you have one or you have more than one ideas, but you're finding it a little bit difficult to settle with one idea, then what I would say would be take a step back and think about yourself, think about your skills, think about your experiences, think about your knowledge, think about your values, think about what is it that really drives you, think about what is it that motivates you to get out of bed in the morning, and think about that idea as well. So how do these two things come together?
And do people often have mismatched ideas with their character and personality?
Well, sometimes they do, and this is why we have course one. So in course one, students do take a stock of themselves as entrepreneurs and their values and what they want to do with this idea. And it becomes obvious sooner or later that, you know, perhaps this might not be the best thing for them, or perhaps they might need to tweak the idea a little bit or more significantly to align it closer to themselves.
So what should applicants include about their enterprise project on the application form?
Okay, so we expect them to give us a broad outline of what their enterprise project is about. If they have done any preliminary work on their idea, it would be good to include it and let us know what they've found out in terms of that. So perhaps they have already talked to some market players, or they have done some secondary research in terms of that market, in terms of that idea. So it is good to include that progress in the application form. Also, it is important for them to showcase why this is a good idea for them, why this idea at this point in time. So when we're doing an interview, for an example, I, as an interviewer, would like to go into a little bit of depth in terms of this idea and ask them a couple of questions. Now, I don't expect them to have all the answers to these questions, and I'm really interested to see their thinking behind the enterprise project rather than any specific choices that they've made.
Now, we touched on this earlier, but can you give me a bit more information about what happens if I change my idea or it turns out not to be a great business opportunity? Mentors, project supervisors, they'll assist me through this.
Yes, of course. As I mentioned earlier, this is something that happens very often, so we do have a support system in place, so both the project supervisors and the mentors work with the students to help them proceed with new ideas.
What can I hope to have achieved with an enterprise project by the end of the program? Will it be making money for me?
Well, we've seen that approximately 20% of our students do manage at the end of the diploma to start their own venture, and achieve a significant milestone, such as achieving sales, such as creating a product or raising finance. But this doesn't work for everyone, because some projects do take more time to come to fruition, and we need to take into consideration that some people do have full-time jobs, so managing an early enterprise and a full job is something that takes a little bit more time. But what we've noticed is that there is a series of positive outcomes related with people coming on board to the diploma for themselves and for their enterprise project. So for example, a lot of our students join other people as co-founders, or they join other startups in terms of early employees.
So are the projects always fully blown when people start off?
No, and this is certainly not what we expect from students when they join the program. For around 20% of the people who go through the program, we find that at the end of it, they do manage to start up a business, and they do achieve a significant milestone, such as raising finance or achieving sales or creating a product. But for some other people, this takes a lot more time, because their circumstances may differ because of the nature of the venture that they have. For example, if it is a technology company and there are some IP issues to be resolved. Now, what we have noticed is that there are a series of positive outcomes related with joining the program that affect the individual and the enterprise project. So some of our students do decide to join other startups as co-founders or as early employees. People who come to the program with fully blown ventures do manage to achieve further growth in terms of these ventures. We have students who join us and decide that perhaps entrepreneurship is not for them at this point in time, but they continue to act entrepreneurially within existing organizations. And we have people who know that their destination is entrepreneurial, and they work in a variety of roles, such as trying to promote entrepreneurship at a local level, within their countries or within their communities, people who act as mentors to people who are thinking of starting a business, and so on.
So this interaction is really important between the students themselves.
It is, and it is one of the key propositions, I would think, for the program. And this interaction takes place both online, on our virtual learning environment, and during our residential sessions.
Dr. Effie Pizza, thank you very much for talking to the postgraduate diploma in entrepreneurship online information session today with your summary of your enterprise project on the postgraduate diploma in entrepreneurship. I've enjoyed it very much.
Thank you, and good luck to our students with their applications.
Okay, so now is the time for you to participate. So what do you think? Do you have any comments?
Yeah, it's a good idea, this postgraduate program, because if you have an idea in your head, or many of them, this program could help you to develop these ideas, or your main idea. Whatever, if you have many of them, they can do, or they can give you some ideas in order to choose the better or the best idea for you, in order to get your own business. I have some notes over here that is some of the things that they ask you is about what motivates you every day. And think about if some of these ideas is really motivates you, and you have the resources, the skills, the abilities needed to research and develop your idea, it could be the big one for you, yeah? And it's really important, I think, this kind of programs because, for example, here, after the university, you are ready because of the society to look for a job in a company, and few people is or has the courage to make something for themselves, yeah. That and this kind of programs make or yeah, make that you can find this entrepreneur spirit, yeah.
Very good, very interesting. So that is, yeah, it's very interesting how that happens in other countries, right? So they open, they guide you, you can apply to this kind of programs. It's kind of interesting. David, you were going to say something.
Yes, it don't matter how good are you, how experienced are you, and how passionate are you. You always need a fresh vision, an experimental vision, the point of view of the other people, the people that know the field, that know the project, that know how to do it. And this is very, very important. And there are some guys like experienced people like John Maswell that have a seminar that costs $25,000 because the guy knows, and the guys can give you the right direction of your project. But if you can go to a institution, a college, or something like that, that give the instruction and experience is something so good.
Very good. So yeah, that is good, right? So um the way that some people, some institutions, they motivate people so they can try to do nice things. So it's a very, very interesting point. And the things that pointed there also, they were very good. Anybody has any other comment? Anything that you might found there kind of interesting?
There is something important that I don't remember what percentage, but I remember it's something more than 50% of the students change their project in the row in the route. They beginning with something and, and they look for another. And the institution, they give them the correct advice. Even though they change, they stay giving the advice to the students. It is important.
That is true. So yeah, the good thing is that they really motivate them so they can follow a good path, right? Not only anything that you can do because it's just a project. So if in the middle of the project, the students they say, "Oh, this is not good, right? So I need to change something here." I mean, that is good. So they can switch to another thing that might be different, totally different, but it's going to work. So very nice. Do you know if in El Salvador there are some institutions like this that they push, that they motivate, that or that they have a program like this?
I think no, in that free way. There are institutions like cooking, chef, that give you the direction in that direction, and there are other in a specific direction. But something in the general way, I think no. This university is it have something like that. Business engineering, but I think it's the most near to this project.
Yeah, you are right. I
But
mean,
the sal,
go ahead.
sorry. No, I was telling you that Bandesal is a Salvadorian bank, yeah, and they have some programs that are kind of como parecidos, yeah, related, that the program that was talking about the two ladies in the.
You hear me, teacher?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Bandesal is one of them, and there are many kind of programs that are related with Ministerio de Economía, and let me check what else. I think there are the two main institutions that pushed or try to push this kind of projects. And no matter what is the idea, they try to push. And if you are, for example, in the top 5 or the top 3, I mean, I think you have the initial or capital, yeah, to get your idea in order to develop, yeah, and maybe to sell your goods or your services, something like this.
Yeah, you're right. They have like a program that is like for if you I mean, if you present a project that is kind of good, right? They provide you with a loan so you can start doing that. Some benefits on those things is that, for example, the first year you don't pay anything, or the interest is very low. So they kind of do something like that one, right?
I
Yes.
remember these institutions give some money in order to give a financial, but first it's necessary to give a budget. If you began a specific product or service, you have to give your budget, your information about your product. Is not began from zero. You have to do or to do something before, but they give you I don't know, this technical training about your product in order to develop um, in, um, to sell in different markets and receive a return or a lot of money. Maybe is is a process, specific process according the product or the service that you bring. But no, I remember is that began when we had a pandemic.
Yeah.
And many banks offers that, because many entrepreneurs increase in this period of the time. They offer on internet their products. But now I don't know if we continue this project, or maybe in less. It's less.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, you're right. As I know, there are always exists something like that, but in the pandemic they made more, right? So because they knew
Yes.
that there were some companies that they were stuck. I mean, the economy, they needed that the economy continue. So many things like that one. So I'm not sure if they continue with the same exact project, but they have always had that they offer technical process. I mean, they provide you assistance on what you need to do, where to go and research and things like that one. So yes, they do it. Good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's a pleasure. And thank you to you actually. And I was going to tell you that they have a very special program for women that they want to have a loan, that they want money. It's kind of easy for them to access to that kind of thing. So it's a very good thing. Good, perfect. Anybody else's? Do you know about any other institution that offers this support to companies that or people that wants to create a company?
Mm. Like a public institutions, just that I was mentioned before. In private institutions, I think there are some that you have to pay in order to get in a program that uh, they learn you they teach to you how to develop your business model in Canvas or whatever model uh, that you can use in order to have the big picture. What are your suppliers? What are your competition or your competitors? Sorry, and what is your market segment or something like this. But there are some institutions. I think there is one. The name is Avanza, creo. It's not I don't know how to say this in English, avalado for the education ministry, but they offer like free courses. Yeah, but free courses not that you don't have to pay. Free courses that you can take the course, and it's a good course, but it's not uh, registered. Yeah, in Minera. They have some programs related, and there are many others that they they have this kind of programs. Mhm.
Okay, very good. You are right. I mean, these kind of institutions, they have like little programs. Sometimes there are some rules. Sometimes there are some courses for you to educate yourself so you can start something like that. And there are other institutions that what they do is they offer, yeah, the training and also the loan. So yes, there are, and yes, the program is kind of good. Sometimes, I mean, it's not that robust, but of course, you need to do your own part as well, right? You need to research, and one of the advantages that we have right now, I mean, nowadays, is that, I mean, information is there. You can you can try, you can look for many things. You are going to find something. I mean, there are the networking that you can get. I mean, if you want to make business with people in Europe, you can do it. Of course, it's not going to be easy at the beginning. I mean, you need to research, make contact, discuss many things. But if you really push, if you really research, you're going to find. And there are, I mean, technology is moving on. For example, have you ever tried this the chat GPT? Anybody knows what is that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good application and tool that if you can uh, some doubt about any topic, you can type there and you have a, an answer about whatever you are asking for. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice thing. I mean, mine that is amazing. And Google just launched another one that is much smarter than this one. The difference is that that is going to be just for companies by now, because you know they are going to test it. It's going to be a better one. But information is provided, I mean, that is going to be a monster. So, I mean, it's the future of those things. Anybody has an opinion on the chat GPT? Have you tried that? Okay. If you haven't, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to tell you that if you are stuck in a topic or in any idea, for example, if you want to write or type something about any kind of things that you can imagine, you can type there and you get many information related with the topic that you are looking for. For example, if you want to ask, okay, ChatGPT, write something about goods in an e-commerce or something like this, you can type there and the answers are good. And obviously, if you have a blog or something like this, you have to capture this answer and to cure. I think this is the correct term. In order to, okay, you have to read the answer and you have to maybe correct or make another sense. Yeah, not exactly the way that ChatGPT answers to you. Yeah, in order to make more human. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very good.
It's a good idea. Huh? It's a good idea if you have a blog and, for example, one day you are stuck and you don't have any topic to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing because it's different from the regular browser, right? So if you go to Google and you type something, what is, I don't know, the origin of this thing? I don't know, whatever. The origin of the universe, for example. But Google is going to launch a lot of links and you need to click and research and read and put in the chat, in this chat, I mean, it's going to tell you exactly what you are looking for. If you are very specific, I mean, it's going to be very good and also knows about coding, knows about, I mean, everything that you may want. Of course, it's not that robust. Some answers they maybe won't have it, but I mean, the most of the cases, something is going to arrive, and it's that is part of the future, right? So imagine how technology is moving on, and that we are living that one, and probably in the near future we're going to have actually real artificial intelligence, right? That is able to analyze and provide you with an answer. I mean, if that chat, for example, had voice, and you put that system into a robot that can move, that is the future. I mean, that is something amazing that will be able to talk with you, provide opinions, things like that one. Very good. Good, perfect. Yeah, you were going to say something else, Juan Miguel?
Two ideas. Bing browser is already or has already implemented some function related that ChatGPT. Their name is Chat, and you can type there like you are talking to a person, just like ChatGPT, and you get the answer. Yeah, and 2 days ago I was looking in those kind of videos in Facebook, that reels or something like this, that the topic was 5 tools that you have to know about artificial intelligence. And one of them, it was related that if you have something to tell to any people, for example, in a video or something like this, or you can make a video with other people explaining or presenting some topic, you can type in this tool the entire paragraph or whatever you want, and some people created by artificial intelligence explain this topic, talk, and try to, yeah, to explain and talk about the topic. If you, for example, if you don't want to if you don't want to do, or maybe if you want, for example, some introduction before you talk about the main topic. Yeah, it's very, very, very interesting, all the things that artificial intelligence are doing by now. And I think we are touching or viewing the iceberg. I don't know how to say, la punta del iceberg. Yeah.
The top of the iceberg.
The top of the iceberg, because there are many things that are coming day by day. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's amazing. I'm very happy about how everything is moving on. Maybe the only problem is that we need to learn, right? We need to learn about that, because if you don't do it, I mean, in the future, you are going to be left behind, right? So that is not good. So, but it's not that difficult. I mean, you just need to go and try it and continue learning. For example, one of the things I would like to learn is business intelligence. I am very interested in that one. And nowadays, you can do lots of things. So, yeah, that motivates people to continue learning. That's good. Good, my friend. So in the future, you have a problem, chat GPI or GPT is it. And there are many other things that are coming. So you are going to find solutions in a better way. And I hope this time is going to be for good things, not for just dancing in TikToks or things like that. Right? Okay, so the time has come for the first homework. So it's going to be like the words. That is going to be the one that we're going to start with. The words that you bring, 2, 3 words that you found interesting that are not common. Present the words, what are the meanings of the words, and also examples using the words. That will be it, okay? So who wants to be the first one?
Me, teacher.
Good, David. So let's listen to David.
Okay. I was reading this book, Made to Stick. And there are some interesting things. And I found at least 3 words that I can understand. The guy beginning the book with a urban legend, and with that story, he just finished. Sorry, this is not charged, but I started reading. Okay, we got it. He just finished your wondering when an attractive woman approached and asked if she could buy him another. He was surprised but flattered. This is my word. I didn't know what is the meaning. Sure, he said. The woman walks to the bar and brought back more drinks, one for her and one for him. He thanked her and took a seat. This other word I didn't know. And that was the last scene he remembered. You probably heard the kidney haze tale before. This is an urban legend that how people get put it to sleep, and somebody open his body and take a kidney. And the 3 word is flattered is when you are you feel good for somebody do something for you. You are you are happy that people see you in that way, put in a high place and do something for you. And seek is the first part of the dream, or a little part of the dream that you take. And the last one is haste is something like robbery, to somebody that steal a kidney. And there is urban legend. The what is the guy of the book trying to tell us is that there are some things that stay in the mind of the people, even though nobody paid for that, like this kind of stories. And that's our word, teacher.
Very good, very interesting, and very nice. This excerpt that you brought. So yeah, flatter is a it's a very common word actually in English. The thing is that sometimes we don't use. Sometimes we use another words like compliment. I feel or I felt compliment because he say or she say
Yes.
something. But then you feel flattered. That is very good. And zip also is a very common when you sip something, right? So, and haste also. That is, there are in the movies sometimes that words comes a lot because it's kind of there are many movies that are about some people that are stealing things, and they talk about that one, the heist. We're going to do the haste, so that would be it. Perfect,
Okay.
very good. Thank you, David. Who wants to be the next one? Hello, everybody.
I have my 3 words, teacher.
Perfect. Let's listen to Fernando.
Okay. The first one is I don't have a paragraph. I only have the words.
Okay.
So the first one is tantalizing.
If possible, could you please? There is in the chat.
In
Very
the
good.
chat, yeah.
Yeah.
Tantalizing. Yeah, tantalizing is something that causes desire and excitement. For example, that book is tantalizing. Okay, the next one is sharply. Sharply it's mean I put in the chat. Sharply is mean quickly and suddenly. For example, inflation has risen sharply. And the last one is rollicking or rollicking. I don't know. I'm sorry, sharply. Is this.
Okay, rollicking.
Rollicking. Rollicking is something expressed happy, energetic, and often noisy. For example, the play is described as a rollicking tale about love and lust. So that's my word.
Very good, very interesting. Thank you very much, and very interesting words. Not that common, those ones, but they are very good because remember that whenever you are writing about something, sometimes you want to use words that are going to express things in different ways. So very good, perfect. Who wants to be the next one?
Me, teacher.
Perfect. Elizabeth, we're going to listen to you.
The first word is wellness. Is when you feel care, care healthy every day.
Is it possible for you to type the word on the chat so everybody knows the writing, the spelling?
Okay.
Thank you. Very good. Wellness.
It's when feel a good, when especially is looking healthy every day.
Very good.
The next word is measurable.
It's missing just one R, right? Measurable.
Measurable. It's when something can be quantified, especially when it's in sport. In sport, it's important the players take the weight and I don't know, la altura,
The height.
height, the weight and height.
Okay.
The other is array. All right.
Array.
All right. Yes. This is when the a large group, the people or something or things is a ordinary in determinate position for the view is attractive. Is attractive for the person.
Very well. The explanation on that one was very, very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Dora Elizabeth. So who wants to be the next one? Everybody's
Maybe
okay.
me.
Very good. Let's listen to Juan Miguel.
Okay, I was looking for these words. I will try to write down in the chat. Bootstrapping. Yeah, bootstrapping is one of them, and these words are related with the topic that we are talking about in this module. Bootstrapping related with entrepreneurs means, for example, that you have an idea and you develop your idea and you make that your idea works, but with the capital that you have, but we are talking little capital, yeah, not as much as the bank can bring to you or something like this. For example, your personal savings. I just was thinking about that if you want to resell, maybe for example, clothes or something like this, and you have a little capital, for example, $300, because those are your savings, you can start with this capital, yeah, and buy the goods that you want to resell to another person, and you are recapitalizing, but with your own money, yeah, not looking for some investors or some help from the bank. No, just from your savings, yeah. And another word that is known, yeah, but maybe not in this context, unicorn. And a unicorn, a startup company that we can talk about this word. For example, if a company if an idea it's so good that has a very large value in the market, yeah. For example, if you I just was thinking the guy or the group or the team that invented maybe and developed ChatGPT could be considered as a unicorn because of the value that the companies or that this company can have at this moment, yeah. And the other word related with this context that is not maybe a rare word, but yes, in this context is pivot or pivot, I think. Yeah. And this word is related with the way that the startup can change from one strategy to another in order to respond maybe to the needs presented or get from the market that you are selling your goods or your services. For example, you started your idea with, for example, selling clothes, but the market ask for you to sell not clothes, but electronic articles. You have to move from one strategy to not to sell clothes to another that let you to sell technology articles or electronic or something like this, and try to look and respond to the market needed or to your clients needs. Yeah, those are the three words that I was found interesting to know related with the topic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can hear you, teacher. I can hear you. You are mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Very good, perfect. Thank you. So yeah, very good, because they are very good words. First one is something that is not that common, but is in the topic that we're related right now. And the unicorn is a very good thing, and pivot as well. Very good, perfect. Who wants to be the next one?
Me, teacher.
Good.
Okay. First one is foundry. Foundry is like an establishment where funding is carried. And so, for example, the process of casting metal, like in machine shop, where the metals are shaped.
Could you
example,
please do us a favor and type the word on the chat?
Okay.
Thank you.
Foundry. Okay. Foundry. And next is Virgin. Virgin is like grow quickly or blossom or flourish. For example, a phrase, come on, virgin, and fly away from the nest. The pigeon mother said to their sons. It's like grow quickly. The next one is declaim, but not decline. Claim. Decline is like a speech or deliver words in a rhetorical or impassionate way to an audience. So for example, in order to impress her, he declaimed a poem highlighting her qualities. So that's
Very good, very
all.
good examples. Very nice. Thank you very much. And yeah, very interesting these words as well. I hope everybody's taking notes on those. Who wants to be the next one right now?
Me, if you want.
Definitely. Let's listen to Ana Claudia.
Okay. The first one, let me write it. The first one is recalcitrant. It is like is a
someone is to have resistance to authority. So it can be, you can use it as, for example, with a person, or when you are referring to a group, or an event, but it's something that is, or someone that is resistant to authority, any authority, right? Could be for a church authority, mostly is used for government authority. The other word is, let me write it down. Oh, I got it. Okay, this is, let me try, yes. Travesty. I couldn't find a way. I didn't research for the way how to pronounce it. I guess it's travesty. Oh,
Yeah,
I know. This is not with that. Travis. This is the correct way. No R. Travesty. Okay. Travesty is distorting facts or imitation of reality. Could be the word sounds similar to a word we use in Spanish, and I was thinking, would be that we name the people we name in that way in Spanish because they are like imitating to women in most of the cases, and I was thinking. So I thought that was, in Spanish, we say travesti, the person, but travesty is the fact, is the verb, right? And I didn't know that it was a word coming from English, and it's distorting the reality. And the third one, this one, I always get confused when I write it, is, let me make sure it has an H. Yeah. The third one is, I always get confused on this. It's with an H, phlegmatic. This is the, I'm sorry, disregard that. It's because it has an H, and the H in my keyboard is like always giving errors. Let me try.
of course, your time.
Phlegmatic. Let's see. I guess now it is. Okay, phlegmatic. Yeah. That is, you name a person that is phlegmatic where it's not expressing emotion. It's like with no feelings, or not being impacted for a situation that is happening around. Also, I've seen this word being used for referring to person, for people, for specific countries. For example, when we make the difference, when we're talking about a Hispanic person, a Latin American person, besides, or we're comparing with, let's say, someone from UK, they're totally different. So they are like mostly not showing too emotionally. So the phlegmatic is someone that is expressing little or no emotion. Those are the three words.
Very good, very nice. Yeah, you know, I'm remembering that the very first time that I heard that word, the last one that you said it was in a TV show, I was like, what is that? So,
Phlegmatic.
yeah. Yeah, that is very good. And there, travesty, that comes. I mean, you are so right. That happens a lot. I mean, we use words that we don't know where they come from. The problem is that sometimes we don't think travesty. Where that word come from? I mean, what is the meaning of that one? But it's exactly what you say. It comes from this verb, this adjective, and then yeah, it's going to do something
And
like
we
that.
use it to name the person, the travesti. But
That
at
is
the end, it's making what the verb it says. It is imitating a reality, imitating to someone in this case.
That is it. Very good. Perfect. Thank you. Very interesting, Ana Claudia. Okay, who wants to be the next one? Okay, I'm going to choose then. Let's see. William Alexander.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
The first one is butter. The meaning of this is exchange goods or services for other goods or services without using money. For example, he often buttered a meal for drawings. Or another example, they were able to buy or butter for most of what they needed. And the second one is cacophony. The meaning is a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. For example, the crying baby and the phone ringing at the same time are so cacophonic. And the last one is, I don't know if it said carefully. The meaning is a scandal that people with different points of view usually make. And that's it, teacher.
Very good, very interesting. Thank you very much. And yeah, careful for I heard that a long time ago. That is a word that we almost never hear, but that is a very good one. So imagine that there is something going on, you say, oh, what a careful also. What a scandal, right? So very good, very nice, perfect. Thank you. All right, now let's choose another person. Fernando Ernesto Cosme.
Okay. The first word is berserk.
What is going on? We cannot hear you.
Do you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we can hear him, teacher. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. Berserk. It's an adjective that means out of control. It's when you are maybe describing a person that is easy to excitement or you're considered wild, for example.
Could you please do me a favor and type the word in the chat?
Okay.
Thank you.
The second is flap. I will type after the description. Flap is like when you maybe do something wrong or you're, for example, when you describe something or someone that maybe he was wrong in something. For example, an actress flopped several times today, for example.
Yeah,
Let me write.
Yeah, yeah, I was going to ask you. Yeah, very good, thank you.
Okay, and the last one is mixology. Mixology is mean maybe it's a word that is used for the bartending. You can say, for example, the bartender is an expert in mixology. is mixing beverage. Mixing beverage.
Very good, interesting, very nice. That is it, mixology. Very good, thank you very much. Jarvin, Isaac.
Teacher, I wasn't here yesterday and I don't know what is the principal topic, but you are looking the words. I think you are.
This is something that we're going to do every Friday. And yeah, on Monday and Tuesday, I was also talking about this one. So you just need to bring three words and explain the words. And also we have another homework that is to pitch an idea as an entrepreneur. So that's what we're going to do after this one. But I don't know if you have the words already or do you want some time and be the last one?
I will be the last one.
Okay, perfect. Very nice. So,
can I, teacher?
Definitely. Go ahead, Roxanne.
Okay.
It seems that the internet connection has a problem because it's like stuck.
Hello. Hola, hola, hola. Hello.
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now. I am not able to hear you right now. Yeah, it seems that there was a problem. Okay. All right. Jarvin with the last one. Let's see. Francisco Eduardo Figueroa. Not possible. Wendy Patricia is getting connected. It seems there is a problem in the connection.
Sorry, I'm here.
It's showing me that it's connected. I guess she's not able to listen, right?
Francisco. Teacher, do you hear me?
Hello, Roxana.
Teacher, you don't hear.
Hello.
Yeah, teacher, maybe you have some problem.
Teacher, you don't hear.
Write in the chat.
Francisco was talking to you, teacher.
Roxana too.
Yeah.
I was listening to Roxana, but anyways, okay, let's do it like this. I'm going to use the computer sound. You know, sometimes this Windows is not working properly. It's the Windows that block sometimes the thing, and well, let's do it anyways. Roxanne, let's do it with you.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Okay.
It's here. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, the first word is handover. This word is commonly used to refer to giving up control or responsibility for something to do, for something to someone else. For example, when you change your job position. Imagine that tomorrow you need change your job position or your company. So you can use that word to say it will need an orderly handover or some of our responsibilities, or he needs hand over his responsibilities. It's like a delegate, maybe something like that. But in that example, we use that word to refer to share activities with other person about or job position.
Okay,
No puedo. No pasa.
I guess you need to slide.
Se me trabó.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Well, the next word is chill out. This word is commonly used to refer all you want to do is relax this weekend. You can say chill out. Imagine if you can have a if you want to spend time with your family or your only with you, you can say, I like to chill out in front of I like to chill out in front of the television with a glass of wine and some snacks. Or I like to chill out traveling around the world, like this, pet. And that is.
Very good, very interesting. Yes. Yeah, chill out is something that we really need in this vacation. So very good, perfect. Thank you. Now, Francisco, let's check with you.
Sorry, teacher. I am in my work, teacher. I can, but I can explain to later, teacher.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
That's fine. Now we're gonna go back with who was going to be the last one. I don't remember. Jarvin, right?
Me, teacher, but I am looking for the words.
Oh,
Maybe you can continue when I already say it.
Okay, the thing is that we're going to do the other activity right now. So maybe the next Friday, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, very good. So now we're gonna check the other one that is going to be like pitch an idea as an entrepreneur. So remember that you are going to bring your idea, explain what is this about, and the rest of the people, the rest of the students, what we're going to do is we're going to listen very careful, and whenever you have a question, you can ask a question. Okay, think about the idea and you say, oh, but how is that possible? Or what would be the price on that one? Or any question that you might have about what the other person is pitching on the idea, you can bring a question. Of course, since this is not true, if you don't know the answer, you can invent something, or you can just simply say, I don't know, right? So this is not a real evaluation of a company. The important here is the practice of the English in this kind of situations. So it's very important for us to practice to speak, okay? The question now is, who wants to be the first one?
Me, teacher.
Very good, David. Let's listen to David.
Okay. I already have working in one idea. I always seen that I can add value to other people. I feel that I have some words, some attitudes, and some abilities to give value or add value to another people. And I was through different steps, to different ideas, thinking about that. And some of the things that have motivated me is this guy that Archimedes, the ancient wise, he discovered that he was commanded to give the king an answer about the gold in his crown. The king gave to the guy that wore the gold amount of gold, but the king think that he didn't receive the total gold that he did, or he gave to this worker. And he asked Archimedes to evaluate the situation. And while Archimedes was taking a bath, they go into the tube, and he thought that some kind of water go out of the tube, and the famous word eureka, eureka. He can know if the crown has the correct gold, the correct amount of gold, and it's not. The guy that worked with gold lost her head because of her chemistry. But he said an expression, give me a fixed point and I will move the whole world. Give me a fixed point and I will move the whole world, because he worked with this kind of articles that can do things like the scissors and something like that. And if somebody have a fixed point, somebody can do many things. And that is the reason that I think in that idea. In Spanish, obviously, yo prosigo in every name, every word, every part of the word have a special meaning. It's something like I keep going, I keep going. Everybody, every people in the world has a setback at some point that he becomes stuck and can find the way that he can go, she can go, continue on the dream or the path that he or she was going. For that reason, we said that the point of support when you can put your word in move, that is the and what is some kind of motivation, information, and what does my product service do is inspire and add value. All of the people have value, but many of them don't know what is his or her value. And for that reason, I said whatever the other says about them. And all of the people need to know that they have a specific value. How is different? It's different because through short stories, short information, short videos, because there are many books, there are many information, but in this era, the people doesn't want to read, they need a specific direction for a specific situation, and that is the vision. Go to that part. And who are the competitors? Well, there are many organizations that do this kind of work, but I think there are no the competitor. The competitor is the thoughts of every people, the way that they can see themselves, the procrastination, this kind of situation that we let the things for the last time, for the last hour. We wait till the last moment to do the things. There is a problem in our culture and many other cultures. It's a problem, and for that reason, we don't do the best. And there is, I think, this kind of thinking is the real competence. This kind of thinking that we can invest 10 or 20 minutes in doing something that make us grow, and we instead do things that maybe relaxing, still like watch TV or play games or something like that. I think there is a problem. And this is our missions. We need to push your life with the vital principles of action and transformation. That is important. There are many information. There is no clear how to sell this. There is only an idea that is still taking the form, taking the final project. But I think there is something that is needed. Anybody need this? No matter how many companies or how many organizations do this, I think there is needed. There are specific for business. There are specific for some professional guys, but there are specific from marketing, from another part of the life, part of the professional life, but specific to the guy, for specific to the people. And every situation start with the self, people, with the inner self. Everything. The reality is not what we see. The reality is what are inside of us because of the reality we see. And for that reason, if we change our inner self, we can change many things in the world. And that is the idea. Teacher is still in the boiling water, but I think that we are working on that. That's all for that moment.
Perfect. Thank you. Very interesting. Very good. So, people, do you have questions about the service that David will provide? Everybody's happy about your idea. I have a few questions. Well, the first question I have is, if you were to sell this service, like Motivate, would you do that individually or for corporations or for a group of people? How would you do that?
I think there are a phrase. People don't get rescued for the mediocrity. I don't know how to say this. Okay. People don't get rescued for that kind of life in a group. This needs to do one by one. Obviously, in the past, I worked with some companies, but there is more general. The majority of the people not be real in the group because they fear the opinion of the other guys. They need to stay alone. And the first step or the first kind of action is one by one.
Very good, very nice. And what would be the price? Imagine that a person comes and says, I want this course, I want this motivation program that you have. How much would you think that you will charge for that?
This is still in the thinking. I have no clear idea of that because the people don't want to invest. They prefer to get a McDonald's combo by 10, 12, or $15 that pay $10 for a piece of information. And I think it's a little parts of information, and each of this information need to have a price and need to have a value. The people don't give the value. If you can give the people the things free, that kind of free doesn't have a value, something. But we're still thinking in that how this can be sold, how that people need to pay, but it needs to sell it the little pieces, and the people try that pieces is good, that people can help them, and then they go for another piece. And in that way, there is a process. For that reason, the logo have this part of the logo. Let me check again.
Okay.
This kind. It start with you, and the outside of the circle. The circle is not a perfect circle because we are making every day, and you need in some point you need to change your paradigms. You need to change your point of view. You need to change your reality, and your lives need to give this kind of move. Turn around to go to the other side, so to see in the other way, to go out of the box, to see it different. And when you can do this kind of move, you are ready for go. And the people need is piece by piece, little piece, because if we read a book of 100 pages, it's good and it's interesting, but the majority of the time we don't get much of that. Inspired us a little, but don't get much. We need little pieces that we can read and understand or listen or see, whatever the way that we prefer, and inspires us full.
Okay, interesting. That is very good. So yeah, even the logo is well think, and I mean it's a very interesting idea. So I believe that you do it. Maybe that would be the only thing now. What would be the price on that one? So to see if people are willing to pay, because you are right. I mean, people, they prefer, I don't know, to have, I mean, yeah, $15-20 in a hamburger, but whenever it's mental health or their physical health, sometimes they don't want to invest, right? So it's too expensive, they say, but it's not. Perfect, thank you. Any question for David? Okay, who wants to be the next one?
Teacher.
Okay, let's listen to Marcus.
Okay, my entrepreneurship is related with the shoe selling. Sorry. Currently, we have a car for job. It's only for job. Is it's for job. No, it's not only for job because we use it as a family car. But the matter is that the car has 2 seats and it's completely closed in the back. So it's perfect for carrying load. So my plan is getting new or second-hand shoes, and with my car full of shoes, I will head to the countryside or distant village in order to sell the most possible shoes. Then, with the profit, I will save money to buy another car similar to the car that I have right now, and growing bit by bit. The objective is to reach the point of having many cars, going full of shoes to sell them, and I have shoes because it's something that almost doesn't lose value through the cost of the food on time. You cannot sell the food later. So for example, if one weekend, because on the weekend I plan to sell the shoes, if in one weekend I cannot sell some shoes, maybe the next weekend I can do it. So in the countryside or distant village, I think it's a very go to the cities and for example Metrocentro San Miguel, Metrocentros Santa I don't know, or a mall, maybe that people cannot go to the or they don't want to travel because um, it's a lot of work. So maybe if we can make easier the way to reach the shoes, they will be interested in that. So that is my interpretation. The idea.
Okay, very good, very interesting. Does anybody have a question for Marcus?
It's not completely clear for me. Sorry, I can understand the main thing of the situation.
Okay, Marcus.
The main point is to sell shoes. Just that. Sell shoes to the news or with use. Anyway, this is the main point. Sell shoes.
So sell shoes in a car and move the car to different places, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Like full or fill a car with food and go to the to like a company in the food. This is the same.
It's still, but this is very good. Thank you.
Okay, very good. So I have a question, but I don't know if you can hear me. Sometimes internet is stable. I'm not I see that you can hear me. Okay. So
yeah.
The question I have is okay, you're gonna sell some shoes, right? And I believe that you are going to be putting the shoes on the top of the car or something like that one, right?
In the back, in the back.
In the back, okay. So what happens when it rains, for example? I mean, when it rains, and sometimes you know that here it rains a whole week. Imagine that it's raining 3-4 weeks in a row. Do you have a plan for that kind of situations?
My car is like I said before, completely closed. So it's not like a pickup, a normal pickup. So the rain does not reach the shoes because it's complete. It's like we call it in solo panelito or panel. So,
oh, I see.
I think no, the rain does not affect the shoes.
It's not a problem. Okay, I have another question. Sometimes in this kind of businesses, has happened before. That I have seen that happen. That you have a limited amount of shoes there, right? So you have kinds of shoes there, but some people they come and say, I like this. Do you have this in pink? Or this pink one, do you have this in other sizes? So are you planning to have like a warehouse where you have more? So you can say, oh, next Saturday I will come and bring you that pair of shoes or something like that.
I don't know because I will deliver the shoes that in that moment I have. So maybe because in initial face of the business, I will deliver the shoes that I have. I'm not giving the client a lot of possibilities or colors or size. That if it fits for you, then you got it. So maybe later.
Okay.
And the idea is to go to different places every weekend, not the same place every weekend. It's going to different places.
Okay. Very good, very good. Anybody has any other question for Marcus?
Yes, I think we need a specific difference. Maybe will be the price, or I don't know, the quality, or I don't know, because the shoes in this moment are very expensive. Whatever you go, a pair of shoes it costs a lot. We take care of your shoe because you need another one. It's very expensive, and someone can, I think they can get a great advantage.
Yeah, it will depend on the status of the shoes, because we have news and use or so, it's something variable. So I don't know. The price is not fixed. But yeah, I think the initial objective is to have a competitive price, because if I go to and try to sell expensive shoes, the clients, I mean, shoes.
Silly.
Thank you very much. Very good. So, who wants to be the next one? Anybody wants to be the next one? Okay, very good. Let's listen to Fernando Marvin.
Okay. First of all, last year, from El Congo to San Salvador every day for my work. So it was a hard year. And this year has been good because I have a mixed schedule. I go to the office, but when I had to go to the office, I usually go to work by bus. So I usually take the bus that comes from Santa Ana along the old street to San Salvador. So this bus belongs to the company. So my problem is that this road is called Class E. Very few buses. So I don't know if the last left the terminal because it leads actually arrive as the bus is gone. So I had always the idea that there should be an app that show where my bus is. Like Uber shows its cars. If there was, I will know if I'm on time or not. So this is my idea. I will share my screen. Oh, second. Okay. Can you see my picture?
Not yet, but it's on its way. I can see right now. Yeah.
Okay, this is my idea. an app to track buses, like Uber, but with buses. Because I think it's complicated because, well, it's a benefit for the user, but it's complicated because the bus should have a device that sends its location to the app, and companies don't want to invest in this. But maybe the app itself could provide the device. So I need this investment, obviously, to start the project. But to make the app profitable, sorry, we can include apps and people will not pay. Although we could offer to remote ads for a small payment. So the hard part will be convincing the company because the benefit is for not for the company. But I had to think about including some benefit for them. I will work on it, but in this point, this is my idea.
Okay, it's a very interesting one. So yeah, to track buses, I believe this is something that people will buy, to be honest with you. I mean, I believe people will download the app. I mean, if you have that for $1, for example, for life, but if 2 million people that uses buses, they download the app, I mean, you have done right.
Yeah.
And yeah,
If there was an ad for this, I would pay with pleasure because I really need. And there is a lot of people that need an ad like this. Not only me, in all the country and in all the countries. So it's an idea, and the name maybe it can be, I don't know, combine fine and buses, 5 bus or something like that.
yeah, it's a very good thing. Yeah, I believe that is a very good thing that you can do here. Good. Do you have any questions for Fernando, Marvin, Gonzalez, people?
Or any investment do you?
Some money to give.
How much do
like the
do
meme?
you offer for 15% of the company?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, this is something very good. Maybe, in my perspective, I believe that maybe the most expensive are the devices for the GPS tracking in the buses, right? I believe that would be the most expensive. To create the app, maybe it's not that difficult. Maybe another problem is that you need to pay for Google Maps API, so you actually customize
Yeah,
some things on the map.
yeah, the device it can be a cell phone with low resources,
Yeah,
but
something like that.
needs internet connections.
Yeah. So there are a few things to consider, but I believe it's a very good idea. Very nice.
Yeah, the apps will pay for that.
Yeah, I would pay for that one. I mean,
Yeah, the app
in
or
my
the user.
people get crazy about ways because you can see where the cops are, right? So they say, "Ah, my goodness, I'm not going to pass the traffic itself." I mean, but this is a good thing. I mean, you say you can be checking there on the app and say, "Oh, if I walk 5 minutes, I will take this bus, right?" Or the other one is in 10 minutes, I will wait, so I don't go
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
bus.
Or other use that it can have is I know a person that usually go to her work because is she her work by bus, and because the traffic, all people arrive at home late, very late. So she's a younger woman, so her parents wait in the bus station, so she can share the route or the track, or her parents can track the bus in the app for know when she will arrive.
Yeah, definitely. That is a very good thing. I mean, I believe it's a very, very nice thing. Perfect, very good. Anybody else has any other question for Fernando? No more question. Thank you very much, Fernando. You should
Okay.
invest in this one. Okay, who wants to be the next one? Okay, let me choose. Let's see. Um, mm, mm, mm.
What about Luis Albert, Steve? Not possible. Dora Elizabeth?
Okay. My idea for business is a service, peripheral service, and this a mobile discs. The survey is for the small business in the small business in the center. I don't know. Centro.
In downtown.
I don't remember how to say centro comercial in malls.
Ah, in a mall. Very good.
Malls, yes. This is put on the stereos and one person pon the music or the person. This person is encourage the person buy this article this store. And this is a form of the business. And the other is in the have a minibus with a stereo too. There are in the street allowed publicity the articles or service the other business.
Okay, so it's like advertisement.
Advertisement, yes.
Okay, very interesting. So, what would be the price for that one?
Depends. Depends is the tariff is for hours. In sometimes is for 20 or $50 for hours when where is a pyrophone in a street. But when the pyrophone is in the same place, no use a minibus is for day. For maybe with the tariff is $4 or $4.50 until $50 for day.
Okay, interesting. 50, yeah. All right. Okay, does anybody have a question for Dora's entrepreneurship?
I didn't get the idea very well. But
okay, could you please explain again, Dora?
It's a nuts in a mall by using sound.
Dora, could you please explain a little bit more in deep into that one?
I don't understand the question.
Yeah, he says that he don't understand that kind of business. I mean, he understands that it's advertising inside of a mall, but what else?
This only the advertising, but in the when it's in the same place, the person who encourage people to buy in the specific store This person is like is a locutor, maybe. And this person is his skill is like un locutor. Yes. Yes.
Something like a DG making advertises in the point of the local with some kind of help like multimedia or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
This is interesting when it's psychology. When I a pyrophone in the store, the clients think is offered. The product is offered, and enter to a store to buy. For example, in a store, when there are a pyrophone, the sales increase.
Okay. I have a question about that one. There are services already like that. So how will be different your idea from those services that already exist?
What's the different idea? Or could you?
What you do different from the other guys that do the same thing?
The difference is the form when encourage the clients, there are the music or well when for example I have there are a service optic of in this case may to the distribute the brochures for people in the street is that's it.
Okay. Very good, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Dora. Okay, I know that everybody wants to present, but we don't have more time. Of course, Monday, if you have your presentation, I mean, not the presentation itself, but the idea that you want to pitch, we're going to give you a few minutes for you to pitch your idea. Good thing is that we finish and it's Friday, so we're not going to have classes tomorrow. And remember to finish the first week, the first unit, since tomorrow I'm going to be sending the grades to and so forth. So it's very important for you to just finish that one. Remember that if you have questions about any question on the platforms, you can just type with me and I will be able to help you on that. But as I saw, everything's going well. Do you have any questions before we finish by now?
No, teacher. Everything is okay.
All right. So let's check the attendance. Ana Claudia González Velázquez.
Present, teacher.
Good. David Samuel Galdames Monterrosa.
Present, teacher.
Good. Dora Elizabeth Flores Mendez.
Present.
Good. Fernando Ernesto Cosme Morales.
Present.
Good. Fernando Marvin González Martínez.
Present.
For you is the 101 today, Fernando. Francisco Eduardo Figueroa Mejía.
Present, teacher.
Good. Y Liana Giselle Cañas Escobar. Jarvin Isaac Guevara Miranda.
Present, teacher.
Good. José Marcos Rodríguez Ayala.
Present.
Good. José Osmin Rivas Navas.
Present, teacher.
Good. José Wilfredo Ayala Sorto.
Juan Miguel Bran Mejía.
Present, teacher.
Good. Luis Albert Steve Bonilla Canales.
Present, teacher.
Good. Roxana Yvette Asensio de Mejía.
Present.
Good. William Alexander Ramirez Flores.
Present.
Good. Wendy Patricia Molina Duarte. Okay, my friends, it was a pleasure to be with you this first week. I hope you have a wonderful night. See you on Monday.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
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 Good night.
Good night.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening.
So it's my turn.
Let me just check something here. Okay. Hello, Fernando. How are you?
I'm fine, teacher. I'm tired, but fine, you know. It's
Yeah,
the end of the work week. So
that is
it's
true.
time to rest.
Yeah, you are so right. So it's Friday and it's good that the weekend is coming so you can rest a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, I have obligations in my house, my family, my children.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the weekend is for that activities.
Yeah, you just change activities, right? So there are many
Yeah.
things to do.
Tomorrow I will wake up early because Saturday I will go with my children to their English class.
Okay.
Yeah, so, because they are still all the way in the school, so I think that it's important that they start to learn the language.
Definitely. So that is a very good thing, the one that you're doing, because English, I mean, it's necessary. Now it's not something that we do just because, just because there is something that we need to do. And definitely children, they learn very, very fast.
Yeah, because in my age it's very hard to learn. So I really I would like no in past I would like in past
I would like, that is in past.
I would like no me gustaría me hubiera gustado.
That I would have liked.
I would have liked. I will have like have okay. I
Have.
will have like yeah. I will have like uh I will have like have this this kind of parents because really I it's important English in this time and in the future it will more important, and so I think that it's important that they start to learn because they have I don't know your ability or your skill to learn more development maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that is so true. It's going to, nowadays, just for you to use the computer to research things, to do a lot of things, English is necessary. Everything that is better is in English. The first things come in English. So definitely it's going to be something good that you're doing for them. How old are your children?
My son is 11 and my daughter is 7.
Okay, very good. So that is a very good age, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, really I would like to bring them a a bilingual school, but it's expensive. So in this moment I only reach classes.
But that is good. As long as if they finish, they are going to be very good on that one. So, and how long have they been taking classes?
How long? It's a couple of months or since November, the last November.
Okay, it's been a while now.
Yeah, because I think that is important. So I wanted to bring before, but before that the weekend we use for their swimming classes, but I think that no, it's more important the English. Yeah, swimming is you survive in the inundación. I don't know how to say inundación.
In a flood.
Flow.
Flood. With
Flow.
the
Can you write it?
Yeah. Let me just type it right here. A flow.
Oh, in the flow. Okay. Yeah, so English is more important. So we suspend the swimming classes and we start with English.
Very good. So yeah, that is something that is very important. I mean, swimming, you can continue that at any time.
Yeah.
But English, I mean, is going to help them in many things. I mean, even now, at their school, if they finish the English classes and they are bilingual, English is going to be a piece of cake. They don't have to worry about that one, and they are going to understand many things in the future. So it's a very good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is my Saturday's morning.
Nice, very good. And well, speaking our classes, how do you think you are moving on? I mean, do you feel that you are learning English, that you're getting something?
Yeah, teacher, I feel to be honest, I feel in the same level since maybe I don't know 4 or 5 months. I don't know. I feel stuck in this level, and I try to improve, but maybe it's my fault because sometimes I only take 1 hour of the class, or I don't have practice along the day because I I always I always I am always busy. So it, I I I recognize that it's part of my fault, but and it's difficult. I don't know when I will do the jump to another level. So this
Yeah.
is sensation. I don't know.
Yeah,
You don't understand.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that sometimes that happens. I mean, we believe that we are the same, we speak, but I was now with you for a few months, and now I can see the difference. So, yes, you have improved. Almost everybody have improved. They speak fluently. They use other languages. Of course, we have different personalities, and sometimes we commit some mistakes. That happens. But yeah, I have noticed that the whole class, most of you, everybody have moved, have advanced, maybe in different levels, because yes, as I was telling you, some people are more intermediate than other people are more advanced. Some other people speak very fluent, other people use grammar properly, other people pronounce better. So these different things are the ones that sometimes are missing there a little bit. But I can see that you have moved.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. But I think the other day I talked with my wife that I don't feel like advanced five because I left one level to finish. So I feel that I need more. So I need more vocabulary, more fluent. So and I don't know how to improve. So okay, I don't have time. So it's my fault, but I need to find a way for I don't know, for feel that I improve.
Well, there are two things that you can do. The first thing, even if you don't have the time for you to sit down and practice and write things, is to get surrounded by English. I mean, watch movies only in English, listen to music in English, everything that you can do it in English. If your kids, for example, they are learning English, I know that maybe they're basic, right? But whenever they move on, You can start speaking only in English in the house, not Spanish at all. So that's going to help you and it's going to help them. That is going to be a very good thing. And also, if you teach them some things, I mean, if they have questions, because sometimes that happens, you know, in the classes, we, the teachers, we need to finish this topic and move to the next topic, right? And sometimes they might have questions. So if you continue teaching them, you will be able to understand, first of all, better that topic. And then, I mean, it's going to be good for you and for them. The other thing that you need to do is also think in English. Everything that you do, since the moment that you wake up, I mean, you say, oh, I'm going to go to the restroom, I'm going to make some toasts, I'm going to make some coffee. Think everything in English. That is going to help you a lot.
Yeah, I do that. I translate my thought because or sometimes with the face masks it's easy to talk with myself. Not because the people don't see, but but I try to practice for myself. And today or when I have a little time at my lunch is usually I watching my series in English with subtitles in English because I understand some words, but you know, a native speaker is on her level. So I try to move on.
Very good. Yeah, if you continue doing those activities, definitely you are going to get there. It's very important, even if you finish the modules, to continue practicing. That is very, very important. Okay. So, do you have any question regarding the platform, the book, the exercises, anything else?
Not teacher, I used to the methodology.
Okay, perfect. So it was a pleasure to be with you. See you next Monday and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. The same to you. Good night.
Bye-bye.